How's it going, everybody? I'm going live on our detailing workshop YouTube channel. I had to figure out a few things and test a few things here to make sure everything was correct. If anyone shows up, let me know how the video looks and how the audio looks, and I'll answer any questions that anyone may have. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone for growing this channel here. All right, I see first from Puerto Rico. Don't ride dirty. How's it going? Big Reds, Monica. How's everything going? Oh, good. All right, sounds good. And I'm just kind of throwing this up here right now just to kind of, try it and make sure everything is looking and sounding nice. And eventually, I'll kind of dial in this setup and hopefully go live a lot more often. I'd like to do it on both channels if I can. Oh, how's it going? MD Detailing from Greece. I'm detailing. Awesome. Ryan, what's up? So I figured I'd just go live today. And once again, just thank everyone for helping this channel, start to grow, which is awesome. And what I'm trying to do with the Detailing Workshop channel is take little snips from our regular videos, ones that are like teaching moments in those videos, and put them on here, and then do some dedicated videos on here as well. I'm noticing as I go through certain jobs that we usually have coming in. What's up, JC? That I go through some areas that are like good teaching moments. So I'll just take the camera and instead of trying to just put it into that other normal video, which, sometimes I do, I'll just take a moment, take 5 minutes or so, and film whatever I'm working on at the moment. Like the other day, we're working on a Jaguar. And I just thought it was a good moment to kind of teach people. Yeah, Phil watching videos in the background. Yeah, this is my latest one that I have on there, that really gross pilot. Look how nasty it is. And I'm actually want to answer some questions about that one too. So if you have any questions about any of the video, but that one in particular, because that one I just put out, then feel free to ask here. Okay, yeah, just reading through some of the comments here. What's up, Tony? Nice to see some folks in here. Don't forget to, continue to like and subscribe and comment on this channel as well, and let me know what are some of the things you'd like to see on here, and I'll try to do as much as I can and answer as many of the questions flying here, and make as many of the videos that I need you to put on here. But the Jaguar that we had, I thought it was a good teaching moment because as detailers, when you get into polishing, you're going to come across all sorts of different scenarios, and you need different compounds and different polishes to get the job done right. Sometimes you come across paint that is very finicky, very difficult, whether it's soft, whether it's too hard, and you're going to have to switch up your technique. So there was actually someone who commented and basically said, no, you got to try the CSI ceramics polish. That's the only one you'll ever need. Just change your speed, your pressure, your pad, your machine or whatever. So I looked into it, and I knew about that polish, that CSI ceramics polish. I looked into it, but I have so many compounds and polishes already. I really didn't need to do that, try something new. But I did. I ordered it. Now, mind you, this stuff is pricey. I bought an 8-ounce bottle for $30 shipped. $30 shipped for an 8-ounce bottle. Now, if it's as good as they claim, great. Nice. Maybe it could be the one and only compound or polish you'll ever need. But after doing some research on it, found out that it's a dusty type of compound, and it was designed for body shops, actually, for wet sanding, for removing wet sanding marks. That's really what it was made for. Yeah, I know. Darren was kind of an expert on that. Yep, I saw many of the videos, and it looked nice. It looked good, The interesting thing is, there is no one compound or one polish that's going to work for everyone across the board. That's non-existent. The reason why is because of the variables. Wherever you are in the world, whatever country you are in, you're dealing with different vehicles, and you're dealing with different temperatures too. So people have to take that into consideration. If you're in a shop and it's really completely environmentally sealed, and you're working in that shop and nothing's really going to affect it, yeah, sure. You'll probably find your compound or polish and you say, hey, this is the one, everybody should try it. But That's not always the case for everybody. There might be mobile detailers that are dealing with heat and humidity or colder temperatures. So yeah, no, there is no one compounder polish. Sorry, that's just the facts. So you do have to have a variety of them. And I'm sure you don't have to have like 30 different ones, but maybe just a handful of different compounds and polishes. You'll use one and 90% of the time it'll work, and it becomes your favorite one. It's your go-to. No problem. I have my go-to compounds and my go-to polishes, but every once in a while, even they don't quite work for whatever reason. Maybe because of the temperatures or because of the paint. So that's a good lesson. That's a good thing to learn for polishers, for detailers who are starting into polishing. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. Um, exactly. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of products to work, but do great with what I have, and the system works too. Yeah, exactly. So whatever system you're using, excellent. Then you stick with it. So I am going to teach that whatever system you have that is working. If you're an experienced polisher, you've been doing it for years, and you have a system that works, excellent. That means it works for you. It doesn't necessarily going to mean it's going to work for everybody else, because once you get a couple of years experience and you have your dialed in system, you have dialed that in for yourself. Everybody has their own technique. And here's an example. And I'm not a big fisher, but if you ever talk to people who are big into fishing, they're going to have their favorite lures, right? Their favorite fishing spots, whatever they may be fishing for bass. Are bass 100% across the board the same wherever you go in the world or in the country? I've talked to fishermen and they say no. There's going to be different bugs, different insects in every different demographic. So the bass are going to be lured to a different bug, a different lure in each locale. Have you ever seen a fisherman with one hook, one lure, and that's it, and it always works? No, no. Their tackle box is full of different lures, and they know exactly what they need to use in any given circumstance. That's the way it is with polishing. That's why we have so many different products, different pads, different polishes, different compounds for different scenarios. That's just the way it is. That's what you're going to need to learn. And you're going to learn to work with those different compounds and polishes. The reason we, as certain detailers who have experience with polishing, have our go-tos and our favorites, and we talk about them a lot, is because we've dialed that in for ourselves. Whatever our pressure is, our angles, our machines that we're working with, we've developed the muscle memory and the knowledge and the experience to make those particular compounds and polishes work for us. So when we try teaching that to other people, in our minds, we're like, how come this person just isn't getting it? Because they haven't developed the muscle memory and the experience yet to know what to look for, what pressure to put on the paint and all of that. I mean, there's a lot of variables that come into play, a lot of things that come into play. So yeah, it's kind of a good example to think about is fishermen with lures. You need all sorts of products to work with. Oh, any videos on leather coating, such as Geon Leather Shield, and are they worth it? I do have some videos. They're not dedicated videos on that. It usually is, incorporated in our usual like ceramic coating jobs. There's quite a few that we use. The Geon products, the leather products, are great. You have leather coat, you have leather shield. Leather shield is the one that actually comes in a little vial that looks like a ceramic coating. That stuff is awesome. It is awesome. Same goes with G-Technic. Not Smart Fabric, but Leather Guard. That's their leather coating. That could go on everything. Leather, vinyl, everything. That's very straightforward. It's very easy. Except it's hard to track. It's not like paint where you're washing it and it beads. It gives you a visual indicator. Leather is a little bit more tricky. I mean, you really can't tell. I mean, if you want to spray water on it and see if it does bead water a little bit, which it will, that's one way of testing it. Same with the fabric. You put a fabric protectant, and you can see if it beads water. But it's really hard to tell. After a couple of months, there's lots of grime and grease buildup on stuff on leather and vinyls that it could be kind of masking that. Basically, what it's doing, leather coatings or vinyl coatings, what that's going to do in there is make it easier to clean, and it's going to help with any type of dye transfer. So you should be able to just clean your leathers and vinyls with, say, a damp towel and maybe a very light interior detailer, but you won't have to deep clean like you did initially. Or if it's a brand new car, you just wipe it down quickly and you can coat right over it. So it's a lot more difficult to figure out on the inside, durability wise. It's very difficult to figure that out because there's no visual indicator. But I have used those products, and for what I can see, they made subsequent cleaning much easier. So Ryan, you use Sonac's Perfect Finish, Fast Correcting Cream. Awesome. All three dusted on me. User error. Okay. You know what? It's hard to say. I do like the Perfect Finish polish from Sonax. That does work great for me. It doesn't dust. But I've actually never used the Griot's products, the fast correcting creams. I've never used them. I have so many other ones that I've actually never ventured out to try those ones. But from what I've heard, the ones who do use them love them. And I haven't really heard too much if they dust or not. But that could be due to either your pad. Sometimes also, I have noticed, depends on the pad. But if you wash your pad and you dry it, depending on what you wash it with, Dawn or a dedicated, um, type of detergent for pads, a cleaner for pads, um, when they dry out, you rinse them as best you can. But I've noticed that even when they are fully dry, I put them on the rack to dry, face down, that there's still some residue in there that actually will dust. And it's not the product, it's the pad, the residual in the pad dusting. So what I do is put the pad on the polisher and blow it out first before I put any product on it. Blow out the pad, and sometimes you can do just a mist of water and then blow it out. That kind of helps with the dusting as well. Or if you have a pad conditioner, I actually use those. I use the Vonix Gliz or any other, pad conditioners. You can even use just like O&R. Just spritz the pad with O&R and just kind of wet it down and then blow it out. So you don't have the residual wetness in there. See if that helps. Sometimes it's just the pad, or it just could be the ambient temperature, either of the paint itself or in the air. Sometimes I have products that dust initially, and then they stop dusting when the pad starts to get a little saturated. So, yeah, it is weird. The Turtle Wax one and done doesn't dust. Yeah, I don't really have problems with the one and done dusting either. So that's good. Oh, Big Reds. Hey, you said you enjoyed the chat. Yeah. I chatted with Luke the other day. That was really nice. He actually reached out to me, and we, he wanted to interview me and ask some questions. I hope I can do some more, of that stuff with him. And I've met him in person. I've taught with him, which is awesome. But man, he's got a lot of stuff going on his channel. Really, really great stuff. So that is awesome. He definitely teaches a lot of the business side of stuff. He's transitioned into teaching a lot of the business side. For me, I think I like to focus more on the actual physical part of detailing. I don't consider myself a very savvy business person. I do run the business, and I have some, things that I do in particular to ourselves, but I don't teach a lot of the business aspect of it. There's so many other people that can do that much better. What I'm going to focus on is the actual physical aspect of detailing, the actual hands-on type of training. That's really what I want to focus on, because that's just what I kind of enjoy doing anyway. So that's really what this channel is also based on. I'll talk about customer service and things like that. That's something that I do find very important. That's the type of thing that I want to teach, as well as how to talk to customers, how to deal with customers. And again, no one's perfect at that. It's always kind of a learning curve. You're dealing with so many different people. So you do have to learn how to talk with all sorts of different people. That can be a challenge. It can be an ongoing challenge as well. But yeah, it's nice to have you guys in here. And this video that's playing in the background, that one was really nasty. And as you can tell, it was done during the winter, not this winter. It's a year old already. That was done last year. And I still have a lot of videos that are still archived that are almost that old. That one was pretty old. But that was definitely like a disaster detail. Now, I got a few questions on there, mostly just comments, a lot of people wondering why we didn't use an extractor on those seats. It's because we've dealt with those seats before. and uh, they can be difficult. They can really give you problems if you oversaturate them. And that one in particular was so bad that we want to clean the surface. We don't want to oversaturate seats like that and then try to extract them, because I have done that before. And when they start to dry, they will wick up, no matter what type of chemicals I'm using. It's not so much the browning or the alkaline cleaners oxidizing. I've talked about that before. So you use like a fabric rinse. I've done that before. Um, Wicking is going to be caused from oversaturating, and the stain is going to be in the foam. There's like 2 to 3 inches of foam in there, and if the stain goes deep into it, an extractor is not going to pull out all of the stain from the foam. It's not. If you have an extractor that strong, you're going to be doing some damage to the fabric. If it's that strong, it's going to be doing some damage. No commercial style extractor can extract from that much foam. It can't do it. So you got to clean the surface. You don't want to soak into that foam, because once liquid goes into that thickness of the foam and reaches that stain and wets that whole area, now you have resaturated that stain in there, and it's going to keep drawing up as liquid dries from the top. It evaporates. It's pulling up. I think they call it like a capillary effect, like in trees. That's how trees and huge plants are able to draw moisture all the way up to the top, hundreds of feet up. It's a capillary effect. It's using water. It's like a magnet, and water is attracted to itself, and as it evaporates, it pulls itself up. That's what wicking is. That's what it's doing. So if you oversaturate, it takes a long time to dry, and you will see that stain keep on returning. You'll extract, wipe it, looks good, right? Wait like an hour, and it'll come right back. So that's why we don't always extract. Sometimes we do. We try to just lightly just get the surface, and that's it. Quickly do some passes and try to get, if it's a small stain. But when your seats are completely trashed like that, it's going to take a long time to either fully extract it, and you really won't get 100% of it, or you're going to have to extract it, wait for it to dry, and then continue to kind of just hit the surface and get it completely out. But we've done seats like that before. The problem with those seats as well, those types of cheap fabric seats, is they have, some of them, not all of them, after doing some research, they have a fire retardant, almost like a powder that's in the foam that helps it not burn up so quickly. It's a fire retardant type of material and powder or something, a substance that's in the seats, in the foam. And when that gets wet, that also creates the staining. If you've dealt with seats like that where they simply just get wet with water and they have a water ring, that's also what's happening. It's drawing up some stuff from inside the foam and creating that ring. So you have to evenly get everything wet, and then hopefully it all dries evenly. Doesn't always happen that way. If it's a grease stain that creates a ring, that will actually permanently dye the fabric and damage the fabric, and there's no way of getting that out. It's there permanently. That's why there are reconditioning shops that re-dye those types of fabrics and carpets, because you can only clean so much. When the water's coming out completely clear, it's not dirty anymore. It's simply permanently dyed, permanently stained, or damaged like that. So the interesting thing is, with jobs like this, we show what jobs don't come out 100%. You have to, and I have to show those jobs, because there are many out there that do not. And it's discouraging to many people who are getting into the business, because they see everything coming out perfectly, and that's not the case all the time. Yes, sometimes you get some jobs where you extract and man, everything comes out perfect. Dries perfectly, no wicking for whatever reason. It's because of the variables, many different fabrics, many different carpets out there, many different stains out there, so many variables. Even on the same exact vehicle, same year, same fabric, different people driving it, different stains, different situations. We don't know if it's been cleaned before. So many different variables that you have to think of. So you can't just say, this is how we do it. It should be like that across the board. It's not going to be the case. So it's going to change all the time on you. So detailers need to be up on their game. They need to understand that. And they need to know when to draw the line. When should you stop cleaning something? You should stop cleaning something when nothing is coming up in the vacuum and the extractor on your towels. It's clean. It's just stained permanently. And you got to draw that line. And I know that can be discouraging, but that's the type of thing that we need to show. So I encourage other detailers who are doing videos or showing social media, their jobs, show the ones that don't come out that great and explain why. Show the reality of it. You have to. Because if you don't, it's just flooding everything with that perfection type of idea, and it will discourage customers as well when jobs don't come out that great. They have to be realistic. So as a detailer, you have to also manage those expectations. That's very important. Detailers, when we're training others, we talk about that a lot because that will come into your communication with customers. That's something that we teach a lot here, is managing expectations and talking to customers and explaining why their vehicle is not coming out like others that they have seen come out that were worse than theirs, but they come out perfect on social media. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a show or it's just entertainment and they're not showing the ones that didn't come out that good. So you got to show those as well. So you have a friend here who, even after thoroughly cleaning and extracting carpets, he ended up removing the carpets of a van and used a spray dye. And he communicated that to his customer. Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes, if the customer wants it perfect, that is now in the realm of reconditioning. So is that a service you want to add to your business? Cool. That would be great. There's added risk to it as well. There's added liability. That means you got to pull out the seats, which means you got to disconnect batteries. You got to watch out for those terminals. You got to be careful. It's going to reset everything in the vehicle. So that's not a big deal. It's just you got to communicate that to the customer. But that's all added time and risk and liability. Make sure you're not stripping bolts. You also have to torque those bolts back to factory spec. So you have to do your research, find out on each vehicle how tight those bolts need to be. And you need the space for it too. Again, that's not a big deal if you have the ability to do that. Take out the seats. When you're taking out the carpets and you're taking out center consoles, you have to watch out for stripping screws, broken clips. And if you're working on a disaster vehicle, you're going to have to expect that because obviously the vehicle was already abused, not taken care of well. What other things in there may snap or break on you, especially when you have corrosion around bolts and screws? Those are things that people forget until they get into it and they see, oh, now a screw is rusted and now it's stripped. What do I do? Think about those things when you're doing that type of that work. So when someone says, why don't you remove the seats? You should remove the seats. Now you're not doing it correctly. Well, they maybe not be thinking about all of those things. They see on YouTube someone taking out the seats all the time. They never have problems. Again, they may not be showing the problems that they're running into and what they had to communicate to the customer. So I thought about that at one point. Creating a package where it's almost like reconditioning. I'll remove the seats, and you charge for that. It's a lot more time, a lot more expense. You charge a lot for it, and it might take you an extra day. But take it up all the carpets, or at least take out the seats, take out the center console. That way you can reach everything perfectly. But even then, the carpets still may not come out good. So what do? You might need to re-dye them. That means taking them out. You don't want that overspray in the vehicle. It can become a project. And if you're going to charge appropriately for it, do the customers really want to get charged that much for a disaster vehicle? A vehicle that's that trash that they already neglected, do they really want to put that much time and money into it? It's up to them. You communicate with the customer. If they want to do it, great. But for the majority of detailers, that's not a thing. That's not something that we always do. It's not really encouraged either. It's something that we would talk to the customer about, tell them the price, and they'd say, nah, just do your best. And usually it comes out fine, good enough, especially for a disaster vehicle. They know it's already not going to be the best. If they want it perfect, it would actually be possibly cheaper and more advantageous to simply replace the carpet, like buy new carpet. Take out the seats, it would be much quicker, and remove the seats, remove the carpet, reinstall brand new carpet that you can purchase. That would be so much easier and faster. And the results would be 100% perfect. because it's brand new carpet. Is that the way they want to go? Maybe you could do that. Maybe you can order the carpet, get a price on it, and charge that to the customer. Who knows? It's just things you got to think about. And I think a lot of people don't think about that. They just talk. They just say it without thinking about all the minutia, all the little points that you have to think about with a vehicle like that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, thank you, Lionel Alvarez. Speak for everyone here who watches our videos. Appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. And this year I really want to grow the other channel, and I want to grow this one too, but I don't, this one I can grow slowly. The other main channel is something that we really do want to push and grow. And when I'm trying to fashion the videos so that they're a little bit quicker and show a little bit more information, without just long drawn out, scenes. I want things to be a lot more concise and maybe slightly shorter videos. I know the videos sometimes can be a half hour, 45 minutes. That can be a little drawn out. I would like to keep them 30 minutes and under. For one, it's easier to edit, and a lot of the time it's just time lapsing of stuff, and it's showing every little tiny thing. I know some people like that, but sometimes it would be better to show a few sections doing the vehicle, but at least stop and explain a few things along the way instead of just showing time lapsing with music or whatever. I'm going to be using less music, more ambient, background noise and sound, not for the ASMR factor, but just simply for the whole quality of the video is better that way. So yeah, I'll be focusing on that. Now I already have a bunch of videos on the channel here that I'll be slowly releasing anyway, mixing them with newer ones on the main channel. So you're going to see some ones that are old, like maybe this one or that other pilot, and then I'll be mixing them with new ones. Someone mentioned on here, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention it, about the giveaways. And yeah, I will be doing more of those. Those will be in the newer videos, because the videos that I already have on YouTube, they're there already. They've been there for like a month or two, and I'm not going to re-edit them. So it'll be the newer videos, and you'll know that they're newer. We have the new age cabinets here. You'll probably see like these are going to be the newer videos. That I'll do that random product giveaway. So I've already given away 2 products. And what I might do also, just to expedite things, is I might do like a mystery box. So you might get like 4 or 5 different products. Hey, my friend here, Sean. A balmy 20 degrees in Vermont. It's actually cold here now too. It's like 30s, and it's like freezing rain or like sleet out right now. So, oh, thank you, Monica. Yeah, they can be 45 minutes long. I'm still watching. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know it can take some time to actually edit those videos too. And then sometimes I get in the mode of editing videos and I realize, oh wow, now I'm going into like an hour-long video, and I will actually go back through and cut stuff out that's just kind of non-essential. So it needs to be more concise. I definitely think so. More concise videos. That'll increase, viewing, and if I do that, I can put out more videos, shorter videos, more of them, instead of less videos, longer running times. I don't know. Everybody has their favorite. Some people like the 20-minute videos and that's it, and they don't want a lot of talking. They don't even want music. They just want it all ambient sounds, and they want it shorter. I'm like, that's what you want. That's cool. But, our channel is going to be a mix of stuff. So you can't choose a channel based on like 1 or 2 videos that you liked. And if the person doesn't make exactly that type of video from now on, then you're not going to follow the person. That's kind of, it's not cool. It's almost like having a friend that, you do some stuff with them that's really fun. And if that friend doesn't continue to do that with you, then you ditch them. You're like, well, we don't do that. What we did before that was fun, and I'll ditch you now. Is that a good friend? Yeah, probably not. So watch the channel because you enjoy everything about it, not just one thing about it. Watch it because of the people who are enjoying, who are there, who are teaching and giving you the content. I've had some people who just watch one video and they're like, always make the video like this. I'm like, no. Why? Don't people want variety? I'm not going to do the same thing over and over again. Yeah, cat cameos are always an added plus. Yep, Missy shows up in the videos every once in a while. Um, yeah, so first from Puerto Rico, Phil, you talked about your in-laws coming here. Will you be starting that big project in the building place? Yeah, and shuffling in. So to talk about that, and I'll be talking about that on the main channel as well. That's why the New Age cabinets are in here now. We redid this section here and redid a little bit of that section on the other side. So the detail lounge is no more, and I didn't expect it to be a permanent place anyway, because with our in-laws, it was always going to happen at some point. So that was just kind of a temporary thing anyway. I just didn't realize it was going to be that temporary. Very like 6 months I had it. That was it. But that's no problem. I shifted everything in here, and that project hopefully will be starting. My in-laws will be selling their home up in northern New York. Hopefully that will go as planned. I know that can be such a crazy thing to think about. So many things can happen between now and then. We have all these plans, and they could either fall apart or they could work perfectly. We don't know yet. But we did start a GoFundMe account. So if you go to our newest videos on our main YouTube channel, go to Miranda Detailing, go to the latest videos that we have, and you will see in the description a GoFundMe link. And I believe I have it on our Instagram as well in the bio. I think I have the GoFundMe link in there as well. That is going to be strictly for that build, not for the business, for that build in particular. That's going to be for our in-laws. So any of the donations that we get from that will be going into there. And usually they, hopefully with the sale of their house, they'll be able to remodel that themselves. So it won't have to be out of our pocket necessarily. But whatever money, whatever donations we get from there will go into the in-law suite. There's going to be a lot of remodeling in there, and they're going to make it into their bedroom, kitchen, living room, and all that with an addition. I have plans, hopefully, again, if everything goes well this year, maybe into next year, but as soon as I can, as soon as everything is set with that, then we will be hopefully doing an extension on this main garage. Now, you've seen how our driveway is in front of our garage. If you're, on the channel and you see the way that we wash the cars outside. So we have an availability, a space there that could be as wide as this garage, which is 22 feet across. We have a 16-foot door, big garage door, 8-foot high opening as well. So we can put lifted trucks in here. I want to do the same thing. I want to do 22 feet wide. It goes all the way to the end of the driveway, which is 32 feet. So potentially it could be a 22 by 32 garage with 10-foot ceilings, hopefully 10 foot or at least 8 or 9 foot. I wanted the same size door, 8 foot tall by 16 foot as the main entrance. And there'll be 2 other garage doors here that will be bypasses, to go into this area here. So there'll be more parking spaces. I'll draw it out later. And, when we start getting into the build, we'll show you the plans and show you what we're going to do. But if we did that, of course, we're going to have to build the foundation, the slab. And if we pour the slab, while I'm doing that, I might as well put in drainage. So we have ideas for drainage out there. And if we do that, that means that we may be able to actually have a wash bay, an indoor wash bay, which would be amazing. That's like my dream plan to do that. Indoor wash bay. It would be big enough to have 6 feet of space or more all around the vehicle. So the pressure washer and everything, the washing stuff will stay pretty much the same, but we'll have that giant garage there, and we'll probably put more cabinets and shelving all around. We'll put nice flooring there as well, the race deck flooring with the grates in there for drainage. So we'll be able to wash inside. No more washing out in cold weather or hot sun. It'll all be controlled in there. That's the plan. Hopefully it'll go through. We have money set aside for it. Still going to pay taxes this year, so we'll see how much that is. We're also going to be selling the trailer. I haven't had any time to do a video on it or even do anything with the trailer yet because it's been so cold out and we've been so busy. Hopefully this week, I don't know if it warms up a little bit. The past couple of days it was really warm, and then it's back to snow cold weather. but we will be doing a video. We're going to be cleaning up that trailer, doing a whole video on it, and selling it most likely as is. I think I've gotten a lot of comments, a lot of questions, and ideas. A lot of people don't want it fully stocked. They're not really big into that. They just want it as it is, which is still amazing because you get the full trailer. You're going to get the water tank is all plumbed in there perfectly. The only thing I need to order is a pressure washer. I'll order the AR Blue Hot Water Edition pressure washer. I have to remount that in there because I took it to put in the garage. So I will put that back there. That's about $1,000, but that's not a problem. That will be in there. You'll have the generator, the remote control generator. You'll have the air compressor. You'll have the blower. You'll have all the reels. The 50-foot vacuum. Oh, the vacuum will be in there. The vacuum hose. The air hose reel, the pressure washer hose reel, all of that. So basically, all the major equipment. You'll still need to get an extractor and a steamer, unless you want me to get those. I can get them at a slight discount and be able to put them in there for you. But if you have your own or you want to get your own, no problem. The space will be in there. You can put all your chemicals, stock it with all your own stuff, but the heavy equipment will be all there, ready to go. It has updated, nicer wheels and tires, steel radial tires, and it'll be ready to go. So if anyone is interested in that already, then just contact me. I think I have my information down below, or go to mirandadetailing.com and just call me, text me, or whatever. If you want prices, then let me know and schedule to pick it up or whatever. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing, is selling it basically as is. I just have to wash it and, clean out a few things inside. But all the bottle holders, will all be in there, and everything will pretty much be set. But I think it'll be awesome for someone starting their business, and even the startup cost. I'll tell you now, the price of it is going to be $11K, $11,000 for the whole trailer setup as it is right now. Of course, with me buying the pressure washer. So in the end, I'll be making 10 on it, because I'll spend an extra $1,000 to put that pressure washer in there. So that's the price. I think it's a fair price, because for an investment on a business like that, that's amazing. If you already have the vehicle to tow it, then spending $11K on that, all you need is the chemicals are not going to cost you that much more. Maybe another $1,000 to stock it full of chemicals. If you already have your extractor and your steamer, then put that in there. But if you need to buy that, and that's why, again, I was offering, I can tack on a little bit more on there and have it already fully stocked with chemicals and the steamer, the extractor, all that stuff. But that's up to everybody. Different people want different things in there. So selling it as is like this, I think, would be a great way, a great startup as well. It's so much cheaper than many of the other trailers and buying a van or anything like that. Way cheaper, and you can get to work pretty much immediately and start making money with it. In fact, this trailer has it's paid for itself many times over already. And we've only had it for about 3 years. So it has completely paid for itself. It's awesome. You will love a trailer like this. For anyone who's tall like me, 6'2", and up, it can handle 6'2", 6'3". You can stand inside it. There's so much space in there. It's awesome. I loved working out of that trailer. But now that we don't really do mobile anymore, no need for it. So if anyone is interested in it, let me know. Contact me. Go to mirandadetailing.com. Look up the number there, or the email. Email me, call me. And just remember, we're just outside of Richmond, Virginia. Of course, whoever wants it, they're going to have to come here and pick it up. And if someone really wants it, you would have to put a retainer on it. Send me a deposit for me to hold it. I can only hold it maybe a month, no more than that, maybe 30 days. That's all I can do. But that's with any type of business. If you're going to be serious about buying something like that, you put a deposit on it, you hold it, you get the money, you go for it, you buy it. That's what we had to do. We saved the money, and we bought it right away, and then put all the equipment in it, and over time just kept upgrading it, putting more into it, and it's to the point now where it is perfect. It's awesome. It's such a great setup. It's so efficient. It comes with the remotes as well. The remote system that I have on it, you can program it to control anything you want in there. It's such an efficient trailer setup right now. It's awesome. I think anybody who's going to get it is going to love it. You've seen us work out of it, and if you follow the same type of methods that we have developed over the years, you will make money. You will definitely make money with it. If you're starting the business or you're already in it, you'll be making money with it. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So some people, you love it, but you need to get a truck first. Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing. And you have to have a little bit of experience driving a trailer too. The great thing about this, it's a single axle. It's not a tandem trailer. It's a single axle. The beauty of that is it's very maneuverable. I've driven trailers before. I've had this one. I used to actually work for a landscaping company, my brother's landscaping company, and he had the giant, long trailers that were tandem ones. And I learned to maneuver those and work with those. So this one was a breeze. It was so easy. You can really whip it around and get it into tight areas, not a problem. I've had maybe one area that I got is a little difficult, to maneuver, but I got it anyway, and I was able to maneuver it. And that was one concern I had was I'm not going to be able to get into places that, say, a van can get into. But all you got to do is you just plan ahead. You think ahead. You talk to the customer. I have a trailer. Is there enough space? And the 2 years that I had it, I ran into one little problem. That was it. Just one little problem. And it was, a maneuverability problem. But still, it wasn't a big deal. So I don't think it's a big deal at all. But I would say if you're going to get a trailer, get some experience driving a trailer. But after you get a year or so driving, or even a couple of months driving it, you get very used to it, and it's really not that big of a deal. You'll actually enjoy having it because then, if you do have that separate vehicle, your vehicle is not full of stuff, detailing stuff. It can be your own personal vehicle, and you can simply set your trailer down, and you have your personal vehicle to go wherever you need to go. So it is. I really enjoyed having it. It was a perfect combo for us. It was great. So now for that trailer, it would be good to at least have a V8, even if it's a small block type of V8. We were pulling it with a Sequoia. It was the 4.7 Sequoia that we had, I believe. It was an old 2006, and that pulled it with no problems at all. And even our Lexus here is a 4.6 V8. No problems at all. Like you barely even feel it towing it at all. It's very smooth riding as well. And with the new steel radial tires on it, it's awesome. It's very, very nice. So, oh, hey, thanks, Sean. Fair price from a fair guy. That's my buddy Sean back in the day. Can you say hi to Dimitri? He's a big fan. Dimitri. Awesome. So, yeah, I think I am going to do a lot of these types of live streams. I need to do more of them, not only on this channel, but on the main one as well. And just answer questions, talk about stuff, answer questions. And if you do have questions, then just put them in one of the videos in here because I see them always come up in my email and in the YouTube studio here. So I always see questions. And if it's a really good question that I can answer, I usually just take a screenshot of it, save it, and be able to answer that question later. So I do take, notes of, the different questions that come up. Thank you, Cynthia. Appreciate that. Oh, yes, the training in March. I don't think there'll be one in April, but I think in June. We're going to be doing quarterlies with those trainings, and they're already kind of pre-scheduled out into September. So I believe there'll be another one in June, and then another one in September. We haven't finalized those exact dates yet or what they will be on, but most likely paint correction classes. That's what everybody wants. The business of detailing, paint correction classes, introduction to ceramic coatings, all that stuff. So look out for the other ones that will be this summer, most likely in June. But the one in March, the 25th and 26th, is going to be a Friday and a Saturday, and lots of awesome stuff in this one. In fact, here's some incentives. I hope 5 people haven't signed up just yet, and if they did, then they may have already entered in to win. But I have a Max Shine Reaper polisher, that special edition one. I have that one as a giveaway for the first 5 people that sign up. They will be entered to win. One of those people will win that Reaper polisher. They're all going to get a free polisher anyway. For joining that class, for going to that class, your admission, you will get a free polisher. You're basically paying for a polisher, 15 millimeter pro polisher from Max Shine, Kosh Chemi products, the polishes, the compounds, and a bunch of other stuff that's going to be all included. Plus, you get discounts on any other polishers that you want from Max Shine and other products. So you get all those deals. Um, and if you enter code Miranda, just our last name, Miranda, you get $150 off. That'll be for the first 5 to 6 people too. The class is going to be a 10 to 12 max, 12 max, I believe. So everybody's getting a polisher, everybody's getting all that free stuff, but just a little bit of incentive. The first 5 to 6 people who sign up, use code Miranda, you'll get $100, $150 off, and then the first 5 people enter to win that Max Shine Reaper polisher. So some cool incentives. If you are interested in that training, then go check that out, and you'll be able to win a polisher, get discounts, and then you get the 2 days of training with an optional being able to buy, I think, an extra day on Thursday for like business. So lots of cool stuff. It'll be really, really cool. Yeah, so if you are interested in that, Cynthia English, if you're interested in that, just stay tuned. I believe we'll be, probably during the March one, we're going to announce the next one, finalize the dates and what it's going to be about. So keep your summer open if you can. June. Anyone who's interested in that. June and then September, I believe. Those are the next 2 months that we'll be doing the courses in. And they might be another 2-day class, most likely 2 days. That's usually how much I can take to go away to travel up there. 3 days, I can sometimes do 3 days. It depends. But if we get busy here in the summer, taking 3 days to go up there, it can be hard to schedule that. But we'll see if we can make it happen. But yeah, don't forget about that training in March 25th and 26th. Just go to thedetailingworkshop.com and you'll see all the information there. Sign up for those. I don't think he put the other dates in there yet, but we'll see. The program is awesome. It's definitely reasonably priced. It's $18.50 for 2 days plus all that free stuff. So it is definitely worth it. And it's full days. It starts at 8. I believe it'll end at 5 or 6. All your other food and stuff like that's included, but you get all that free stuff. You're going to get all the business training. We have 4 trainers, myself, Gabe, and then Brian from Apex and Carlos Serranos from Serranos Detail. He's going to be doing an interior class. And each time we're going to try to get some other like special guests, special people to come and do those classes. Brian is right nearby. He's like an hour away from Apex. So usually he can come by and he does like the wet sanding, the advanced polishing and rotary polishing and all that stuff. So he will teach that type of stuff. And then, I'll teach and me and Gabe will do the rest of the paint correction, introduction to ceramic coatings, the business side of it as well. And then Carlos, this time, he's going to be doing the interior course. So, yeah, it's going to be packed. It's going to be a lot put into those 2 days. It's going to be awesome. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been really great chatting with you and catching up with you and sharing some information. Let me know if you're enjoying these types of live streams. And hopefully I can do more of them. I'll just kind of, on the weekends, sit here and chat with you guys and answer any questions that you may have. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Help it grow. Watch some of those videos on here as well. And check out the other channel, the main channel at Miranda Detailing. We have so many more videos in store that are already there, ready to drop. We have another one coming this Monday. If you want to see them early, you can join the channel. It's not something that's absolutely necessary. I used to do this on Patreon. I had a Patreon account. I still do, but I really don't upload on there because it's just too much going on. So what I do is have it on YouTube. So if you go to Miranda Detailing, you can join. I think it's only like $5 a month, and you get early access. I usually drop the videos, a day or a few days early, and you can watch them. And oh, you're in Pennsylvania. I can't make it. Next time. Next time. Okay, cool. Oh, and you're in Maryland. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, man. Take care, Sean. Good to have you in here. We got to catch up too. We got to We got to chat again. I got to show you what some guitars and some music stuff that I got. Pretty cool. But yeah, you can join the other channel. And again, I mean, it's like $5 a month, and you get early access and all that cool stuff. So only if you want. It's not a big deal. But you'll basically just be able to watch the videos early before they drop. So if you want to see that, go check it out. All right. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. We'll see everybody later. Take care.